Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the CEO of Hemlane, Dana Dunford. In video number one, we talked about hybrid management. In video number two, we're going to talk about the three different levels or choices and add-ons. So, Dana, what do you got?
Yeah, so at Hemlane, we believe in hybrid property management. One size doesn't fit all. And so we spoke a lot with real estate investors, different personas. So, those who lived right down the street from their property, all the way to those who were out of state. And Michael, back when you were in sales and traveling, 365 days of the year.
Yuck.
So we went to both of those extremes to really understand real estate investors and what they valued. And what we found was, obviously, there was no one size fits all. Every single real estate investor is different of what they want and their preferences. So we have a 3-tier package system that you can select on Hemlane. I'll go over all 3 tiers. But then we also have ways in those packages to make it flexible based on what you want.
Okay.
So the standard basic tier, we call it the basic tier, is software only. That will automate you out of 70% of those administrative tasks you do, such as doing your lease renewals, collecting the rent. We hope you never have late fees, but if there's late fees, automatically sending those out. Going through and advertising the rental. Traditionally you do Zillow and Zumper and Apartment List, and ForRent.com just does them all, stores all the information so you can do it again. It makes rent recommendations. So all of those types of things just to make your life easier. It's end to end, everything from finding a tenant to managing the day-to-day of the tenant. So that's the first package. The landlords that we find, real estate investors who typically use that package, tend to live nearby their property and tend to be very hands-on. They'll drive by to do their own inspections and things like that.
Yeah, that's the level that I know Dion was looking at.
Yeah,
again, he wanted help with advertising and all of that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so he's been using that for the advertising of his rental property, which is great because then you just automatically get it to 30 rental listing websites.
He's the lazy landlord, so that's what he was doing. So makes total sense.
Yep, exactly. Then the essential package is actually for larger portfolios typically. It's where you say, I am at the point where I might live locally to my property, I might not, but I built up a local on the ground team. And so I have my own, HVAC, handyman, this and that.
Right.
But I am finding that more and more tenants are calling at 6 p.m. on Friday night, at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. And while I have my handyman and all of these folks, like I need someone to do the troubleshooting. I don't want to just automatically give it to the handyman because they're going to charge me a service call fee. I need someone who can go through, troubleshoot with the tenant, try to close it out without any cost to my bottom line, and go through that entire process for me end to end. So we give tenants a 24/7 number. Actually, most tenants, interestingly enough, don't want to talk on the phone with us. They want to just go through the chat. That's totally fine. We're fine. We can accommodate
awesome.
whatever they want. Now, if on the chat, we're finding that this is an emergency, we will say, go ahead and just call us. It's easier to walk through on the phone, certain things, but we basically use their means of communication. And so that one's fantastic if you already have a list of service professionals in place, but you can also let us know, the pricing of those service professionals. At what point do you want us to tell them to stop work and give you a call for approval? So that's what we call the essential package. And then the complete package is for the Michael Zubers of the world when you were just starting out and 365 days of the year traveling. You have fewer properties, although some people we see on it with over 30 properties on it. And the complete package is where we provide that list of service professionals for you. We connect you with leasing agents, so you'll interview different leasing agents in the area who can help do the turnover coordination, inspections, all of that. And then we will, when a tenant calls with a request, we'll do all that troubleshooting, but we're going to send out a vendor that we have within our network. So an HVAC specialist, a plumber, an electrician who we have, and then we'll work through everything with everything from pricing to confirming the work is complete. And then we also have your bank account on file for the payment. We don't upcharge on any repairs. So it's in our best interest. Keep that price low for you. So those are the 3 packages. It's basic, essential, and then complete.
Awesome.
And they're all affordable. Your first property, there's obviously, it's sort of like Amazon where there's a starting price. So it's $30 a month to start. And if you're on annual, which is the easiest to just go through, if you're on our annual billing, it is $2 per rental unit, then $12 per rental unit, and then $35 per unit. And so you can see for, $35 a month, you can get much more complete.
Yeah. Wow. Very affordable.
Now, one of the really interesting things is we heard from our customers, we spoke with them, they said, we really love the pricing. We love that this is affordable and flexible, and we can go between packages. We can have a property near us that's on basic, a property out of state on complete, but there's certain things that we also want. For example, the property that's local to us, we need some turnover coordination. We don't need a full leasing agent, but we need turnover coordination or lockbox technology. We've started adding these add-ons for our users. And so it's so that we can keep the packages the same price, but we can give them more flexibility. Another really cool one we have is called pre-eviction. It is mediation with tenants, helping tenants find alternative rental assistance programs. We had so much success with that.
Yeah.
And certain things like that to really help when times get difficult and it gets emotional. How do we help with a mediator coming in and helping solve that and make it beneficial where the tenant doesn't feel like, they're getting attacked, but we can get the details to make recommendations of like, is this something that needs to go to court or can we solve it offline? And so we've done certain things like that, really listening to our customers, again, keeping the packages exactly where they are and having these certain add-ons. So we'll be continuing to add those on there. With obviously pretty cool. The goal, with obviously the goal to make it where we still have what we said, affordable, transparent, and flexible within the solution.
That's awesome. And folks, if you want to take a trial of this, which I highly recommend, go to hemlane.com. And if you're in my free course, you can have a PDF, or in the paid course, you can actually see a video series of Dana walking through the full 30 days. Any closing comments?
I think the final comment I would say is just mention one rental at a time so you get that 20% off.
Yeah. Get that discount. Might as well get it. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Dana, thank you very much for what you do. It's pretty awesome. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for having me.